One last time, welcome back to the ESL Pro League here for this week. This will be the last day this week.
Last day for a weekend to recuperate, go over some strats for these teams that are having trouble, talk it over, watch some demos, and get a little better.
It is going to be Met 2 for OpTic Renegades. It was a big first half on cash for OpTic at 13-2. Renegades almost pulls it all the way back, but just falls short. If you have not been paying attention to the B stream tonight, Immortals did win 2 maps over Energy. That was on Cash and Overpass. And Liquid takes the first map off Winter Fox. That was 16-14. So a close win. A nice showing for Winter Fox. For Liquid, it was JDM and Elise, who each had 24 kills in that narrow victory. They have one more map as well. And I believe I said the stream incorrect last time because I was never told the correct one.
Oh.
You might have noticed we changed the Twitch stream to Pro League CSGO. Well, the B stream is on Pro League CSGO B.
Oh, that makes sense, Jason. That's why I couldn't see anything.
It makes a lot of sense. Pissed around going live now for this second map between these two teams. And it's going to be 3 members of OpTic going down the stairs towards mid. So this is looking like it'll be a crunch towards the A-bomb site. 3 coming up connector. And Ricky has been brought down extremely low. 6 HP. There's one on Catwalk, and actually 2 Gushes coming out. JKS is also very low, and he's trapped as well. He's going to have a very rough time. OpTic doing a lot of damage and finding no kills just yet. Still no one has fallen. JKS, he hasn't been spotted yet. He has a chance to get a free kill, misses the shots, swings out a little bit wider there. Finally, we have our first death. Flashbang comes out. Yam is completely blind, so he gets dropped. That's nice coordination from OpTic. But here comes the retake. The bomb just now being planted. Flank up A ramp. Nap has that under control until just then. Ustilo with a nice shot. Ozzer trying to swing around wide, and he's going to get mixed well. So all of a sudden, OpTic, this post plant has collapsed. There's no kit on Renegades. They need these kills, and they've got one down very low, and it should be all over. Daps, he has to go big, but he can't do it. Renegades somehow claw their way back into that round.
I thought that was going to be a win for OpTic right there. There's 2 people super low on Renegades.
I mean, at a certain point, that was a 5-on-3.
Yeah.
And Renegades retakes and wins without. I mean, they pick up a kit at the end, but just a series of miscues after a very nice opening take.
Yeah, I'm going to blame Tarek and his failure to change his team logo and his Steam, still on Counter Logic Gaming over there. I think that may have affected it a little bit.
Yeah, that's probably it, all things considered. Yeah, that also could just be a contract thing.
Could
you never
be.
know.
You never know. I don't know these things. I don't want to know these things. Contracts, touch.
Yes, what you said. One flash on Daps, which is now going to be at A ramps. That's a flash over for 4 members of Stream out of Halls. Jake has a Molotov in his hand, but he gets it off just in time to get 3 kills, all with the UMP. So that's well done. Mixwell does get 1 kill with the Deagle, but he's been naded down to 5 HP. So JK has a chance here to make so much money. And he does. He actually gets all 5 kills, all with the UMP. So much bonus money. And he doesn't really, attracts no attention to him in that round.
He doesn't like to share.
Come on, Renegades. Crush these Americans into jam. That's what I just read. That was one of the tweets coming out.
Jam, huh?
They're really cycling quick on that thing. I can barely even read them.
Well, you're a slow reader.
that must be. That's.
I'm just kidding. I think you're a fast reader.
Okay.
Because you read a lot of books.
Leather-bound books, of course.
Ooh.
Very important, man. Azur with mid-aggression. He's got Ustilo there with him as well. But they're not peeking down, which is a good thing, because OpTic has a very passive, almost a firing squad setup. Tarek and Rush were looking for that initially, but there's no presence over towards the A bomb site for OpTic. They're literally all 5 towards this B side, and Yam starts things out well. It looks like he read that tweet. Turns Mixwell to jelly.
Jam.
Jam.
There's a difference.
Strawberry jam.
Yeah.
Well, now it's Tarek's turn. Smoke comes over. That's going to be for the basic catwalk, but there's still this mid-pressure they don't even know about. Ozzer and Ricky combined for that kill, and they're not expecting Ozzer to peek up even wider. He doesn't get the kill, but he brings him down so low. Daps is at 7. The nade is going to go a little bit too far, but Ozzer wins the battle against Daps anyways. Rush is brought down to 32, so 1-on-4 situation. You could see with the damage taken, the rest of Renegades just kind of falling back to the bomb sites.
Yeah, that was a nice round by Team Renegades right there to take over that middle, get some kills, make it early, and it worked out really well. OpTic, though, he's about to get surrounded right now. Team Renegades, Riccio tries to go over there, but Yam cleans up the kill. 3-0 for Team Renegades. Now OpTic has to save.
That was that's a very patient aggression as well in middle. I mean, they were there for a long time. You can see this action doesn't even occur until 30 seconds have already passed into the round. So, very, very confident in that kind of a setup.
Yeah,
Actually, not even 30 seconds, like 45 seconds.
Yeah, Team OpTic's playing so passive at the start of the round, it allows Team Renegades to just push up without even using many nades.
Well, more aggression. Renegades taking the fight to OpTic. Nade's going to come out. That's going to do a lot of damage. Rush is at 3 HP, so a 97 damage nade just to him alone. I think he was the one that caught it, because it did hit one of the players. Turning through the smoke, unfortunately, Ricky can't get any kills, despite his nade doing all the damage. It's a little bit of a bummer, but either way, 4 kills for Azur in the round, and Yam cleans it up. So quick 4-0. OpTic, again, going to be looking at a bye here.
Let's see if OpTic picks up an AWP. They could do glass cannon, but no, they're going to go with 5 rifles. Let's see what kind of setup OpTic's going to run into right now.
Well, I think regardless of anything, you'd almost like to see them be a little bit more aggressive than they were in that last round. That's a lot of ground given over to the Renegade side to pretty much have complete control of the map at all times.
Yes, it is, and OpTic's will change it up a lot. Looks like they're going to send more people towards A, 2 A ramp and 1 halls with the bomb is at A ramp. Tark is going to make some noise middle. He's spotting, see if they push. He's going to meet up with Rush. He's going to try to pinch this guy off window or connector, depending on where AZR goes to and if Yam swings back to help.
A lot of pressure on this A side, and they're just going to come right through the smoke. Mixwell a little bit blind initially, and Ricky pounces on that. JKS does get traded out, and there's Rush as well, so Ricky's got to do more, and he does. He finds Daps. He brings it into a 3-on-3, but the Fire and Nafly combine to take him down. Both members of Renegades remaining, Azur and Ustilo, are going to come through this connector smoke. The bomb still isn't planted. In fact, it's not even at the site. So this could be difficult, and Daps is just watching window room, so jungle's going to be open. They probably don't expect him to be there, but actually, Azur, he's aware. He finds it out. Nice play from Azur. Good game sense. Molotov is going to burn, and that's a nice nade in response, but Azur at 42, Ustilo at 8. This could be very difficult for Renegades. They are split, but the flank from Ustilo...
He's coming in hard and fast. He's going to actually hit towards A hall, so this is a perfect thing for Team Renegades. Nafly is definitely in a bad position where he might get flanked halls as soon as he starts planning. But Ustilo's walking.
It's not quite that quick, and I'm not sure what Azur's thinking. Azur ran all the way to the top of mid and went towards B, so an opportunity here for Naf. Ustilo is waiting for him, and it all depends on the timing, because Ustilo has the low HP, and if he's caught first and then in a one-on-one, it's a nice Molotov, though. Forces him into the open right for his teammates. So it was a little bit confusing.
Yeah, that's a little risky. I think AZR wanted to, just be a little safe because we had Ustilo was in the halls and he was in a safe spot. So I mean, unfortunately, they did get the bomb down. But
just so curious, us running all the way towards B, not even like going up catwalk to check B.
Yeah.
I mean. I'm not sure where he thought that the terrorist was going to be able to go in that time period, but either way, 5-0.
It looks like Team Renegades are going to send a heavy towards B. They already stacked 3B off the start. And it looks like they're going to play towards catwalk, so it's going to be a boost on that catwalk box. It looks like, and Yam getting an early pick on Daps. Giving up those early kills is going to hurt OpTic, especially when you're down 5-0. It's not good.
Yeah, this double op setup was designed to get picks like that, and it's working. Both ops now yielding the 2 first kills of this round. Mixwell's got to go with the bomb. Naf is at A, and Rush is going to work his way up connector where Ustilo's on catwalk, so could still be very tough. Flashbang comes out, Rush gets blind, but he finds the kill.
Nice shot by Rush. But Team OpTic is working the bomb towards A. Rush, I think, has to make a play here if... but Team Renegades are not rotating at all.
Yeah, I mean, JKS has to make the play, and he can't. Rush TK's his teammate a little bit. Here's Azur coming up connector. Doesn't get the initial kill, but does recover well enough to find it. So Naf's at 2 HP. Mixwell is at 100. And they're going to have to defend against 3. Triple box and A ramp and Tetris boxes are the location of these OpTic players trying to defend here. Flashbang up into the sky, but still no move yet. It's a little bit passive. It's allowing Naf to find a kill with just 2 HP, and now he's going to get a little bit more aggressive, and Mixwell still hasn't been forced out. There's a shot through the box, and they think Naf is on A ramp. This is actually a clever movement from him. Yeah, it was. But Azur, I mean, as we saw him mindful in the last round when he checks towards jungle, this time he checks beneath him. He's having a good half at 12-2.
Yeah, he's pretty much holding the team together with 12 kills, checking spots, staying alive, the flanks. Azur's definitely helping Team Renegades win these rounds. OpTic seems like they're having it, but then they just kind of fall apart towards the end.
Yeah, that seemed like they were going to pull it off for a second. It's like Renegades taking a lot of time on that retake, hadn't really forced anyone into the open. It just seemed it felt like it was going to go towards OpTic's way, but I mean, this double op setup last round was just too much for them to handle. This is kind of the issue that OpTic is going to run into. If they're going to keep letting these ops be effective early on, it's going to be such a difficult terrace to have for them.
Yes, if you run into a 2-op setup, again, just smoke off places and execute a bomb site, or at least smoke out middle and push back these offers into a bomb site. But it looks like they're just letting Team Renegades just run around, peek, whatever they do. Azur getting picked off early.
That's unfortunate timing, because it did look like he was making the play with Ricky, where Ricky was going to cover him to walk up catwalk, and the player from lower B just pounces at the right time to distract Ricky. So Azur was left all on his own. Meanwhile, though, this push from Ustillo could pay dividends.
Oh,
They'll have
huge.
a very quick flank, and Naf is going to be the first one up ramp. That's a missed shot from Yam, so the ops this time not chiming in. JKS still here, nice flash, he peeks with it from under balcony. Yam is brought so low, but as long as JKS is still alive, he's pretty safe, but he has to reload. That's when Daps comes out. 3-on-3, and there goes Yam. Still this flank. It's taken so long to come to fruition, but there's no smoke for the cross, and that's going to allow everything to go the way of Renegades. Ricky gets a ranged pick, and Ustillo on the flank finds one. So Daps is left all alone with 30 seconds left.
Yeah, Daps needs to find a killer right now, but Team Renegades are falling back. They're not allowing him to even have a kill. So this is a smart play by Renegades to regroup together.
Yeah, I mean, he's just trying to find one kill so that he could make things easier. He still had the time to really do that. But, I mean, even if he gets that kill there, still a second player is with Ricky. So a little bit unfortunate. Nice play from Renegades. They have a very commanding lead at the moment, 7-0. And OpTic this time with no plant. They have the full losing bonus, but they're just going to do a bit of a half buy. Some armor, some deagles, some tech 9s, a little bit of utility. They're just saying go into the next round and we'll have everything we want. And that's a good start. Mixwell, not too shabby.
Give the 1 digs. But OpTic still have 4 people towards the A bomb site area, and JKS is going to push through the smoke. He's lurking by the A ramp. And then Nafly being distracted, and he gets picked off by Rick. Now OpTic is kind of it's holding back. They might just toss a fake. Nope, they decide to roll back towards middle, trying to push off Ustillo, who's going to meet up with these OpTic players.
He's been very, very loud. Thankfully, the second player he runs into is already at low HP, pulls out the pistol. He could find Rush, but the timing doesn't work out, trying to just shoot as fast as he can and hope Rush walks into a bullet. All that's left right now is for this OpTic team to try and get this bomb down. So you can see they're just rushing these B halls. The rotation is already here, and Rush is picked out of the sky. Ricky is going to get aggressive, and he gets taken down. Doesn't need to be that aggressive. The bomb was down, and this gives Daps an AWP. He's got armor as well, and he's booking it over towards the A bomb site. This could actually, okay, so now he's playing some mind games.
Ooh, yes, I like this. I like this.
Oh my
Very
God.
smart play by Daps.
Azur's got to be so frustrated with that at the moment. But it is important to know, Azur and Ustillo both almost getting caught with their knives out. So maybe the Renegades player a little bit loose, and Daps could win this one. He misses the shot, though. JKS is lucky to get away with that one. No utility on the CT side. Renegades, Daps, they have nothing. Daps actually has a smoke that he can use. But they're both playing chicken with each other at the moment. So the bomb is going to get planted, and he's sticking it. But you can see JKS being honest, knowing it's an AWP. He's got to cross again. Daps spots him at just the last second. And how does JKS play this? 2 very narrow choke points.
So you have to try to bait that op shot by elbow peeking. But it looks like Daps is not looking towards the window, so he could just kind of sneak out here in a second. And he jumps out the window. Daps hears a noise, so he knows he's close. He walls him.
Yeah, this is now a little bit tense. JKS has to hurry up, and he does find it. Just too much for Daps to try and do. It's incredible that he even brings it back into that scenario, but with the AWP, tags him through the wall, and then just so hard to be mobile and to check all your corners and be safe there.
Yeah, and I would like for Daps to just widen on one angle instead of falling back, now he has to look at 2 angles again. Because, you know, he was already peeking one angle and he saw him hide, then keep going wide so you make the other opponent peek that one angle that you're not looking at.
It does come down to that one shot he has when he's in the B halls watching from across market. More aggression from Renegades. Ozzer is just being a menace. And even Mixwell blind on top of the boxes at top mid, but I mean, Renegades doesn't want to peek that and give that kill right back. There's a flashbang and Mixwell misses it. Naf is going to get the win against Yam. But Ozzer and Ricky still in mid, and Ozzer has to kind of be abandoned. So he's in a really awkward spot. No one can support him whatsoever, so this is going to be tough for Renegades to come back from. Daps is trying to clear this out, and he's going to do it. Ozzer's not ready for it. That flashbang just making him a little bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, Nafly's walking out halls, gets a nice pick on JKS. And it looks like Renegades, Ricchio's going to have a big round if they want to win this round. He's just open around spawn side as Ustillo, he doesn't look like he's going to commit anywhere. He's just kind of lurking towards B still.
Yeah, and now the bomb is being brought over towards this A site. So interesting from OpTic with all the success that they weren't really prepared once they took that site. So it's given the rotations time to come in. Ustillo is brought very low, so more than ever, this is all on Ricky's shoulders. If he can get one more kill, that would help to thin things out. And he's trying to find the planner, and he's very, very close. Tarek does get the bomb down, but now the question becomes, does Renegades actually want to go for this? Last round was so expensive, they're running out of money, and with very little chance of winning, they're just going to fall away. That flashbang does not really do anything. Mixwell had a chance there to pick one off, but he still gets away. So it's the first round for OpTic, and Ricky with that shot at least is going to keep his guns safe for now. It doesn't look like Mixwell wants to chase him either.
He don't just run and defuse the bomb if he sees what we see, because Mixwell's not even there to defend the bomb really. Oh, they're on catwalk, so that's not a good idea anyways. So they're going to save the round, save their guns, and Team Renegades is going to be up 8-1 against OpTic. OpTic's finally on the scoreboard. Way to get your first round, guys. Tarek, 0-8. Please get some kills and change your logo. I'd appreciate that. Thank you.
I mean, yeah, the new addition to OpTic, he's had around a week, I believe, in this. I think he joined like the day that their OpTic's first match for Pro League was. So yeah, a bit of a rough start. We've seen him have some very hit and miss games of this new lineup, but still small sample size, and it's a very short time for him to be involved. As he gets more comfortable, I'm sure he'll be doing better. But still, they could definitely use some impact from him here.
Yes, and standard setups from both teams. OpTic standard, you know, sit back 2 middle, keep 1 B halls and 2 towards A, watching the push. But Nafly falling back from the A ramp, looks like he's going to smoke off that catwalk, the catwalk area. But then he falls back towards A, so OpTic's still pretty spread out. Looks like they're going to try to push back this upper window. Ricchio's trying to find a kill. He sees that there's at least one person behind that box middle, and he gets smoked out. So he's going to fall back and play towards the window area.
Yeah, and also, I mean, he gets a little bit of information. Him and Ozzer are actually going to switch locations. So he's with the AWP going to play at Ticket Booth, JKS, and Yam inside that A site. This is where OpTic is going as well. They're shifting across the map. Once again, all this mid control they had, they get the Russian connector, and this is their call to come all the way back. Mixwell with the op out of Palace. 35 seconds left. There's a lot of Molotovs left on the OpTic side, and all their utility being thrown now. Rush almost catches one off, but now he's legged. He's got to be passive. It's got to be Daps that leads the way. How are they going to get into this site? Mixwell is out behind this smoke. This is so difficult. There's Tarek's first kill with the AWP, and Mixwell finds JKS playing very passively in the site. So, I mean, Renegades had a good read, but it's all collapsing around them. They haven't been able to stop anything. Finally, Yam chimes in. And there's Ozzer onto Mixwell, and there's one more in connector. Rush is so incredibly low. Actually, Tarek out in the open, he's exposed from so many different angles, and Ozzer's doing some work on this retake. He's found 2. Rush cleans him out, but like I said, he's so low from earlier, and that's an easy cleanup from Ustillo. So a nice retake and a quick reset of the economy of OpTic.
OpTic had the first kills, got on the bomb site. That was, again, post-plant setup seems to be the downfall of a lot of these North American teams. You have the bomb down, and then you're just falling apart once the other team starts retaking. I can't believe it, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean it looked like everything was in OpTic's favor there, didn't it? So here's investment out of the OpTic side. 3 members completely bought out. Tarek and Daps have the money that's left, but it's 3 Tech 9s, it's armor, it's Glil and an AK, it's nades, utility. But still, against this double op setup, they don't really have much that can actually challenge that in a straight up fight. So, like you always preach, when there's 2 ops, just line up, do an execute, throw the smokes, and it's going to be an A execute. JKS is very close up. They pre-fire it, but he wins that battle anyways. It's all he can get is just 1. Yam's got to be a little bit careful of how he peeks this. And Mixwell's already jumped across the connector. He wins that battle. Ozzer not ready for it. Ricky responds immediately. Yeah, maybe getting a little bit over-aggressive, trying to gain some ground. Yam is blind, though. It's a nice pop-flash push from Rush. 1 flank is coming in. That's Usilla, but it's been heard. You can see them starting to really address that A-ramp side. And actually, Naf is going to be on a counter flank. The flanker becomes the flanked at any minute. Daps is going to get him first, though. And it's just down to Ricky. He's dinked, and he's just got to fall away and save, but that's not going to happen.
Oh, that's a nice little round by OpTic. 2 ops, it's like they know what to do against 2 ops.
I mean, this is also a scenario. Yam, we see this a lot, and actually we've seen OpTic do it a couple times. If you think back towards pistol round as well, as that flash through that smoke towards CT spawn. If you're a sole defender there, you really need to play that passively. That is such a crucial spot to hold on a retake. That your biggest job that you can do specifically in that spot is don't die.
Yes, and that's very important point that you put in it.
Yeah, and especially with the smoke in front of you as well, because if you're going to spam through that smoke, that's such a low percentage kill. It's really not even worth risking your life for.
Especially if you have an op.
So many situations.
So many situations.
Well, going for the knife. I like it, but it's just going to look awkward. Thankfully, he gets the kill anyways, or that would have been slightly embarrassing.
Yes. So it looks like Renegades is going to probably save again. At this point, I would definitely get some pistols. Get some deagles up in there. Maybe get a flash or a nade. Let's gamble stack. Let's put 100 on black, Jason.
100 on black.
Yes. Play a little roulette?
No. I actually have never played roulette.
That's cool. I don't play it either. I don't gamble that much anyways.
Good talk.
Only in Counter-Strike. No, I don't. That's a bad thing to say. You don't do that.
Well, it's been a good run for the Bears here at ESL Pro League. But yeah, just the Deagles on board. 5.7, a P250 on JKS. And
still flanking them. They did not expect him to push halls that quick.
I mean, the aggression all half out of Renegades has caught OpTic off guard at various points, whether it's Ozzer pushing an underpass or lower. Ustillo's had some good B pushes as well. Thankfully, the arsenal, the weaponry of the OpTic side is good enough that they can come back from just a 1-player deficit. The op and AK rings true. Naf is going to watch this flank. He's going to see Ustillo, sprays that down. He turns away. A little bit of a bait and switch from the last 2 members, and good idea, just they don't have the weapons to back it up.
Nice clean round by OpTic. Not losing Eco. I'm glad I didn't see an Eco loss again. I've seen so many today, and I have a headache from it. It's hard to see when pistols overrun rifles. You know, scouts beat everything. Why not?
Yeah, it's a tough Counter-Strike world we live in. Isn't it? Another double op setup though for Renegades, and the first time this was employed, it took a long time for OpTic to really figure out how to stop it. It did eventually, but Ustillo's gonna peer over this smoke and connector. JKS gets the opening kill. That's spraying through smoke. That's Tarek having a little bit of an unlucky game. Ustillo as well. Over the top of that smoke, Daps is found. And now it's Mixwell's turn. I think he spotted the Ustillo as he jumps away, but not enough time to actually clean up the kill, unless Ricky's going to walk right into it. So it's not necessary to give up. So now Rush has connector, Mixwell has catwalk. And the bomb is in T-spawn.
Yeah, bomb T-spawn. So it looks like the bomb's going to go towards B. Rush, though, is in an awkward spot, but he's still is going to watch that window cross. Rush is, at this point, I think Rush should just hold a spot and let his other team work towards that B bomb site.
He's got such a sick position for any kind of timing push. If they end up going towards B, he'll have such a sick backstab. He can cut off rotations. The real biggest issue that OpTic is going to have, there it is.
Dying.
JK. Well, yeah, that doesn't help anything. But I was going to mention Ozzer is pushed all the way through T-spawn. So he's going to wrap around, and he'll have a quick flank into B tunnels. So he'll have a quick flank up catwalk, whichever one he chooses to do. And it's going to be B tunnels. That's where Naf is with a bomb. You assume Naf will make his move beforehand, especially because Mixwell is... Oh, wow. Bad timing for Yam just as he looks away, but now it is all on Ozzer.
Yazo has a sick flank right now, and OpTic has no idea. This is going to be really hard for OpTic to pull this out with Azir coming right behind him. But Mixwell gets a kill. Now it's a 1-on-2 situation, and Mixwell's going to be hiding in the kitchen area.
And yeah, Mixwell has such a big job to do. He also doesn't know where JKS is coming from quite yet, although it seems like he's at least making the educated guess it's not going to be market, not even considering CT spawn. So 1-on-2, he can cut off JKS from getting into the site, and that's the kit. So that's the thing that'll allow them to have a little bit more time on this retake, and it looks like Azir is going to get aggressive, and actually that flashbang, he turns away from it just in time and predicts this kind of a push, but he pulls out his Tech Knight at the wrong moment, and Azir wins that round for Renegades. That flank comes up massive.
Yeah, unfortunate to pull out his gun right as he peeked the corner. Those are just the worst timings to have. And Renegades salvages around with that nice flank. Almost lost it, but OpTic was hitting some nice shots, some nice entry kills. It's just unfortunate that they were getting flanked.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know if I caught it. Well, it is unfortunate, but it is a really smart play from Ustillo, not feeling that pressure. And this is what they've been doing, or not Ustillo, it was Azir on the flank. But, I mean, they've been doing this kind of aggression the entire half, and there's a nice find from Ricky. The ops and the pushing from Renegades has been so on point, and OpTic is just reeling from it. They have 4 rounds, but Ustillo again over the edge of that smoke. That's going to be frustrating for Mixwell, and he looks like he could even go for more. Tarek, again, this was a battle he lost out in yesterday, or I mean, this previous round. Not yesterday.
Oh, Russian. Oh, I think he spot the elbow.
Yeah, he definitely did. And he's just going to pre-fire it. Nice headshot. So middle is opened up for OpTic.
Now, Daps at the bomb B halls, but he has a face and upper. Target's another kill. Yam exchanging the kill, so now it's a 1-on-3 situation for Rush. I don't know what OpTic was decided to do at the end of the round. Seemed like they were just trying to rush everywhere and try to get a pick.
Yeah, it seemed like these ops just started peeling apart everything they wanted to do, and they couldn't really handle it. So, I mean, we have to remember as well the previous map cache that we only caught the end of were big CT halves for both teams. So we'll see if OpTic can do it again when we return for the second half in just a few moments.
He's gonna get the 1 kill in that bomb incoming onto the side. FNX has to stay up. No! He gets the triple FNX! Oh my god, what a way to win that round! They don't have a smoke, so this over still.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Logitech G, Pay Safeguard, TheScoreEsports.com, Mountain Dew, and ESEA.
Welcome back to ESL Pro League, last half of the evening. It is going to be OpTic versus Renegades on Mirage. We just saw that first half. It was big for Renegades. They just really peeled OpTic apart at a certain point. It was good opping. It was good aggression, good pushing. 4-11 is the score in favor of Renegades.
Yes. And it's hard for OpTic. They won the last map, but it looks like they're a little shaky on the T side for Mirage.
Well, they were shaking the T side of Cash as well. So maybe it's just generally a T side thing. They both, as I mentioned right before we went to break, they both had monster CT side. So we'll have to see what OpTic can bring to the table. But at least for now, this looks like a map that Renegades is very, very comfortable on.
Yeah, Renegades looking really well, and it looks like Pistol's about to start. Let's see what kind of magic OpTics can pull out of their hat.
And we are live. So Yam has a smoke and 2 flashes. Daps has kit and smoke.
A bunch of decoys from Renegades, so let's see if they do a little decoy fake.
Well, 1 in Palace, and a couple pushing up into these B halls. So that's going to be Ricky, and on the other side of the map, that's JKS and Palace. Bomb is leaning towards this this B side of the map, and right now it's just very slow paced.
Yeah, Team Renegades is trying to pick off a person in the middle. They're working towards the underpass. Nafly, he hasn't spotted anyone, so he could be at risk here because there's 4 people trying to converge on him.
Yeah, still being aggressive, though. And how does Renegades... I mean, they're basically trying to cover this boost that's coming in. And I think Naf has an idea, but, I mean, not a good enough one, at least. He gets dropped by Ozzer, who's still having a very good half, carrying this on into the second, or a good match. There's the smoke on Catwalk. Now they think they can hit this A bomb site. Daps, he's going to try and find something around the edge of the smoke, and he does. Yustillo does the same idea, but can't win it. Tarek with 1 kill with the USP. Gets traded off. Mixwell, that's a nice headshot. Brings it into a 2-on-2. And JKS, he's boxed in at the moment. Daps on Catwalk, him and Ozzer. This is a very important battle. All 4 players having one-on-one duels at the moment, and they're just going to try and chase down Mixwell. But wisely, he gets under cover.
Yeah, smart move by Mixwell by falling back and waiting for his teammate to come exchange that kill. And AZR.
I don't know why this is happening. I don't know why Renegades is trying to take this fight so aggressively, so committed and wide when they haven't even planted the bomb just yet. Like, get this bomb planted. It's been in the site. You've had control of the site. So now Ozzer has to hit some stunning shots. He's only got 7 bullets. He can't afford to miss or take any unwise shots at this, and Daps is just toying with them and doesn't land any of them. So a pistol round for OpTic.
3 kills for Mixwell.
Yeah, and he's really, since his joining this team, has really kicked him into the next gear. It's been talked about. He's been on this team for a while. Last season he had a big impact, but he is that player that's kind of brought this lineup into the next level, the next tier of North American competition.
Great win by Team OpTic on that round. I think it was smart for Renegades to kind of push that spawn. They knew there was a guy near window connect area, and they knew that there was a person in spawn. And I think if they tried to attempt to plant the bomb, that the spawn guy would have peeked. And usually people do peek, but Mixwell played that smarter and by falling back and hiding.
Yeah, I just think I don't think they needed to push all the way to the bottom of the stairs. Definitely good to push him back to clear that out. But either way, it's pissed around. That flash blinds Dap, half blinds Daps, but he's going to recover nicely. Gets 2 kills, and there's Rush to mop those things up. So a quick win in this second round. With the plant, more than likely Renegades is going to be busting out the AKs into this one. If you're not following the B stream as well, Team Liquid took the first map in their set against Winter Fox, the other, I'll say, Oceanic team. I have been chastised by New Zealanders for calling them Australian. So the other Oceanic team is Winter Fox. They are tied 9-9 on the second map of Mirage against Team Liquid.
Yeah, you don't want to do that, Jason. Call him Oceanic.
Yeah, got that one all straightened out for the future. Mid control for Renegades. Smokes are out. Ozzer's coming from underpass, but Mixwell and Nafly are the ones who have the closest contact here. Mixwell on Catwalk, Ozzer in the window room. And just slow-paced. I mean, they're very willing, at least in this round, to give up mid control. They don't have any AWPs. They have some promises. So Ozzer's gotten into connector. He can watch his teammates back as they work their way up Catwalk. The question becomes, we see teams in this position when they have this level of mid-control, oftentimes just leave one player behind either in ladder room or in window room and fall back into an A execute. Here, though, it seems like most of Renegades is, since they're already here, no need to give that up and fall all the way back.
Yeah, I think Team Renegades is trying to look for a pick before doing anything. They're holding window, middle, and ladder room and just waiting for anything. But OpTic is not budging, except for Mixwell, who gets picked off by Yam. And now they're starting to drop like flies.
Yeah, I mean, well, once the first kill goes down, Naf's like, all right, I got to figure out what's going on. We got to figure out where to rotate in a 4 and 5. And he doesn't even get the chance to gather information. Quick headshot.
But Renegade's still not moving that fast. It looks like they're going towards the A connect area. 3 of them. Daps is alone, surrounded by all Renegade players. He's going to need to get a kill, and he does not get against Yam. Checking spots in AZR, picking off Rush. Now it's up to Tarek for 1 on 5, which I doubt he's going to go for this. He looks like he's safe behind B. He gets a pick on the Yustillo, but now the team.
And look at the mini map; they're all just swarming, all the yellow dots,
like bees.
Yep, coming right for Tarek, who's pushing up towards Catwalk. And unfortunately, Ricky has a misread on this because he's going to go underpass to B Halls, and Tarek's going towards Catwalk. There's the flash out. Tarek now sees Ozzer, he sprays him down. JKS is the next one up, and Tarek dinks him. But he's not going to win that fight, so they do take the other M4 away from OpTic. It's going to be 12-6, doubled up. And this more than likely not going to be a buy for the OpTic side of things. It's right on the edge for most players, and Daps is just too far gone, so they may be forced to concede one more round before getting back into things. Actually,
No,
okay,
it's
so
a
Tarek
base
just
up.
buys a scout.
And they're buying.
That worried me for a hot minute.
So they still have some money left over. They can buy next round, but Daps I don't think will have enough to buy a full gun, so he might go with next round.
Yeah, or just, you know, anything like a Deagle, a 5.7. So I mean, I like this call to be a little bit more conservative with it. They could have pushed the envelope, but if you're gonna force buy in that situation this early on in this half, you're basically putting the entire map in the hands of the success of that buy.
Yes.
So playing a little bit passive about their economy, and a very slow-paced round. Speaking of passive from Renegades, staying far back at the moment, just slowly creeping their way up. Minute and 10 seconds left for them to work. And still just waiting to see what they're going to be going up against. Tarek with the scout is being mobile. He's now over at the A bomb site.
Yeah, OpTic's playing 3 people towards B, and Renegades is sending the bomb towards A, with Riccio taking a pick towards that jungle area, or window room. Looks like Renegades are going to be hitting that A bomb site with another pick on connector. OpTic looks like they're in trouble right now as they're going to hit A.
Yeah, there's just not enough manpower here. No damage has been dealt so far. That'll probably change. JKS gets a kill. Tarek with the scout, and these shots are just getting baited, and eventually he's just spammed right through. So a clean sweep for Renegades in this round. It's now a very, very big lead. OpTic doesn't have many more rounds to give up. Mixwell just goes straight for the glass cannon alt. He just snap-buys that. Rush is going to have plenty of money for an M4 and some utility, but he actually drops an op as well. He's dropping the op over to NAF, excuse me. Shuffled between multiple players before getting to its destination. But Rush as well is going to be on a glass cannon M4. He goes for the smoke and 2 flash instead of armor.
Yeah, and OpTics have no kits either, so they do not want Renegades to plant the bomb. This is not a good time to be playing. We're taking Tarek, spamming through the smoke. He's getting the kill early. Yam and Azir, they're just making a bunch of noise. Yam jump out. He jumps out, but gets picked out by Tarek.
Yeah, there's a good find from Azir as well. They have to find Rush inside this site. He's going to go for the plant and the smoke, and Rush gets the kill, and that exposes Usilo. This round was, you know, compared to the other ones that Renegades ran, this was felt very much rushed. That's a nice shot, though. There goes Mixwell, a nice headshot. Azir's been, you know, the star player so far, not only in this for his team, but in this entire match. 24 and 13 at the moment. He's got 2 kills in this round and a 1-on-3, so winning this would give him the ace. And he's got a minute to toy with.
Yeah, right now he's just trying to see if anyone overextends and try and get an easy pick. And Tarek, it doesn't look like he's going to do anything. And OpTic's playing the smart by all staying together. So if he peeks on him, they're going to exchange the kill.
There's no reason, by the way, for Azir to save this weapon. They're going to be able to buy in the next round no matter what. And with this being the first win of the gun round win of OpTic, anything he can take away from them forces rebuys, forces them to spend more money, keeps the economy low. Because at this point, if you break the economy even once in the rest of this half, if you're Renegades, if you break OpTic's economy once, you're pretty much going to be on map point.
Yep.
So no reason for him to save there. Unfortunately, I mean, Rush just picked the opportune moment. He played that very, very wise.
Yeah, kind of nice play by Rush, and I liked how Renegades was trying to sneak in the A-bomb site, even though their B take was a little bit of a failure. Unfortunately for them, Rush was in a good spot to just lurk and defend the plant in A.
Mixwell with the fancy boost or jump out of window to catwalk to find the gap in that smoke. He's got to be careful, inching closer to that danger point. Naf is here as well on catwalk. Bomb is back towards T-Spawn as well. So JKS and Ricky just watching for any pushes. There's a leg shot, the nade, the follow-up, and it brings Usilo down to 4 HP. That's got to be frustrating. Meanwhile, Ricky finds the pick on a Daps. That's towards the A-bomb site. That's from Palace. So nice find from Ricky.
And that causes OpTic to over-rotate, and Rick picks off another person that over-rotated. Now the entire team OpTic is rotating towards A, and Renegades is going to be working there. It's 4-on-3 in favor of Renegades.
Well, Ricky has opened everything up for his team. Tarek with his op. He hasn't had a great match so far, but he's got a chance here to play hero at least in this round. There's no smoke to guard this crossing. It goes towards CT spawn, but that one flashbang is brilliant. It blinds Tarek. He's got to circle around to work with Nath. It's going to be a 2-on-4 retake. And you got to wonder, are they going to choose to save here? Naf gets aggressive, tries to find 1 kill, but he gets traded off immediately. Now a 1-on-3. Tarek does have a kit, but he's going to have to be blessed with a couple free kills and at least gets a free leg. He finds it with the cleanup on the USP, but as he continue to move forward and go for this, he blinds himself. And drops his gun. He was trying to find the M4, and now I think he might have thrown the op away. I think he did. So now it just looks awkward, and
I think he's trying to find the op right there.
That's not good whatsoever.
Threw it over the wall? I think he threw it over the wall.
Derek, what have you
there
done?
There it is. Right in the palm trees. It's at the beach, you know? It's like, I'm tired of you. I'm tired of you. I'm going to the beach. I'm on vacation.
That's so incredible. Of all the unfortunate things to happen.
That's unfortunate. That's definitely unfortunate.
Oh, no.
Now, Team OpTic Gaming does not have an AWP now. They're in an awkward bye. They don't want to tie. They don't want to tie.
I know, and around they have to win as well. That's what makes it so much more epic. Oh. Tarek's had plenty of plays up on Reddit over the years. That'll be one that he's less happy about.
But OpTic, they get a quick nade kill on T-Ramp. That was a little ambitious of Riccio to be hiding that smoke.
Yep, and JKS is going to get smoked out. But the main hit for Renegades is going to be over towards the B bomb site. The bomb is there. And Rush killing JKS, this might just prompt them to move forward. And there's a timer on this. The longer they wait in these B tunnels, the more OpTic is going to get a sense of what's coming. Tarek's already committed himself into the bomb site with Mixwell. They're both in jail, though. And Mixwell only has a deagle, which he's strong with this weapon. As you can see there, the one shot. Ustillo, he falls. Yams the next one up. Mixwell finds him as well. Ozzer now, he gets cleaned out. He gets tagged by Mixwell, and Tarek finishes it off. So a little bit of life left in OpTic with this haphazard buy, and they get the op back.
Way to go, Mixwell. But it was nice picks from OpTics all around. Renegades should not, I mean, I don't understand him peeking out halls like that in that situation. I think he should have waited for his teammates to attack in B maybe and try to kill the people running away towards B. Because rushing through smoke when nothing's happening, I mean, people are going to be looking at that smoke. It's not the best play. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it personally. I'd bait my teammates, you know? Guarantee kills.
Definitely. Sounds about right.
And it looks like Renegades is going for a wonky buy here. They have Deagle's armor and Galil, and they're pretty much out of money at this point. Very low utility. They have 1 smoke. No head armor. They have body armor, 2 of them. It's going to be very interesting what Renegades is going to do from this point. And OpTic is stacking 3 people towards A.
I mean, there's an opportunity because this A defense is extremely passive at the moment, so they can, even with 1 smoke, if they can block off CT spawn well enough to fight DAPS or just to get the bomb planted, that's just how passive OpTic is playing this at the moment. Especially Mixwell and Tarek are so far away for rotations.
They did use the smoke in middle, so now they don't have any smoke for anything.
Oh, that's not good. That's less than ideal, but there's a good trade. Rush does fall. JKS finds it with the deal, and DAPS anything but a Glock, and that would have worked out. Naf still with this AWP, and like you said, no smokes. Ozzer does trade it.
Walls him.
Yeah, walls him down to 27, and here's the cleanup is going to come in. Mixwell here with the M4. He spots the leg of Ozzer. Even though he adjusts and finds that kill, oh, and he pre-fires it. Thankfully, Naf hops down before it's too late. That very easily could have been a one-on-one. And Tarek is in position.
Oh, not Fly. I don't think he knows. Oh, no.
Yeah, that's dirty. He has now turned this into a one-on. He can get to the B bomb site. Tarek's going to be hot on his heels, but he'll at least get the plant. And how's Tarek going to choose to play this one? He's being honest with the fact that it could jump out window. And now he's just got to book it up catwalk. So Ozzer, he might not realize it, but he's got plenty of time to find a better spot. He just doesn't realize the path that Tarek has taken.
You hear the flashbang, I think. So I think he knows he's towards a catwalk. He hears him running through the bomb site. Tarek hopping, trying to look for him. He spots his elbow. Nice round by Tarek to be able to clean that up. That was a close round by OpTic. That was scary.
Yeah, I mean, it very much comes down to a situation, a one-on-one that didn't necessarily need to be, but a good find from Renegades, and that's huge. Keep the money low. You get to plant the bonus money as well. This is going to have to be a very good round from OpTic. They're going to have to, you know, really limit the amount of people who die here because their money with all these rebuys is brought extremely low. I mean, if they lose this round, it's going to be back to the pistols and a scout.
Yes, and Mixwell does not have head armor. 3 of Team OpTic don't have head armor, and that's okay for T-side when they have AKs. but they have pistols, so these headshots can be very bad if they manage to land them on OpTic.
Yeah, I mean, they just feel like they want the utility, right? They just sacrifice that kind of that head armor so they can get an extra smoke here or there, delay some of these hits. And Tarek takes an advanced position. Ricky spamming some deagles, and once again, all of Renegades leaning towards this B bomb site. It's 14-9, but the gap has been closing. Some rounds have been traded back and forth, and that's always going to favor Renegades since they're ahead. But OpTic, on a 2-round streak here, good chance to get up towards 3. Controlling the money is the first step in making this comeback, and an opening kill from Tarek helps even more.
Yeah, nice angle by Tarek, and Renegades are going to have to try to plow right through him because they're sending all their people towards the B halls. I'm going to try to explode up on this offer. Mixwell shooting the elbow. He has 3 more people to hit at. He hits another one. Misses shot, but Tarek cleans up. Mixwell and Tarek with a tag team duo, flashing, opping, and spamming with your Colt. It's not too bad.
Not too shabby whatsoever. Pause comes out, and more than likely you would assume this is going to be from Renegades, just to figure out how they want to get these last 2 rounds. We saw the same issue OpTic had on Cash, was when they were at 14, it was Renegades bringing it back. We saw those last 3 rounds there. So Renegades is going to have to switch something up, but Ozzer has been incredible.
Yeah, Azir's been really holding it together. He's getting multiple kills every round, especially when Renegades is winning. For what they have to do now, I feel like maybe Renegades needs to do maybe an A or B take, because a lot of times they're just holding the middle, they're waiting back, like trying to find picks, and I think a good old A execute works. Every time
Good old-fashioned A execute.
I like a good old-fashioned A execute. I do.
Clever. Just to update you guys, Team Liquid Winter Fox, the second match, Liquid wins that one, 16-11, and it is Elige who drops 30 kills, 30 and 19. Nitro at 21 and 14 were the 2 heavy hitters. JDM was up there with 20 as well. But Liquid goes 2-0, which is they needed that. They needed to start
They're bouncing back now.
Stay relevant in the standings. That would have been very dangerous if they had lost to Winter Fox.
Yeah, Team Liquid. They started off really bad, but they're coming back. They're probably talking over.
I think that brings in a 500. I think that's now they're 4-4 because they were 2-4. But the important thing was they lost two matches to Echo Fox, who's not a bad team, but I mean you can't be losing to the lower half of the league when you're going to be competing for playoff spots against SK, Immortals, Cloud9, all these other top teams who more than likely aren't going to lose 2 maps straight to Echo Fox.
Yeah. And it looks like Renegades is going right into an A take. No smokes or anything, or flashing for an A bomb site. And it's going to get picked off by Daps, Rush, and it's an easy little round right there. Oh, but Yam, it's not calling over just yet.
But those flames kept him on the boxes. He couldn't move anywhere, and I get the feeling that's not the kind of A execute you were looking for in that round.
I would like to see some smokes, maybe some flashes over the wall for that offer. A lot of times there's going to be the offer by the ticket booth area, and just running up like that is just easy kills for offer. It's just easy.
It's just easy.
It's just easy. It looks like Renegades losing control of this match right now.
Yeah, they are a little bit. I don't know if they're losing control as much as OpTic has wrestled it, pried it from their hands. 5 smokes, though. Bomb over towards A, so this could just be a fake. 2 smokes and 2 players come out towards the B bomb site, and then 3 smokes and players. Actually, I think it's going to be a double fake. Smokes come out towards A. Next up is going to be 2 smokes over at B, and then it's a double fake.
He missed the smoke, though.
That doesn't help, so that's not going to fake nearly as much as they would like. But here comes the rotation. They pulled players away. Renegades can actually hit this, and that's a good find from Ozzer. He gets the opening kill. Daps is going to be under pressure. Rush has a big job to do towards CT spawn. He's going to be on top of the ticket booth, and he finds it. So initially there was some danger for the OpTic side, but they sustain. Ozzer, even with an AK-47, there's not much he can do except get 1 or 2 more kills. And he's going to find it. Tarek, overexposed. That flashbang doesn't blind Ozzer nearly as much as he would have liked.
Or at all.
Or at all.
Yeah, Tarek, there's no reason to be peeking there, especially when your teammates spotted and have the bomb in the A-bomb site. Like, just hide, fall back, and bait your teammates. Work with your team. But gives up a kill. Now it's a 1-on-2 instead of a 1-on-3.
Yeah, but I mean, this is a pretty decent crossfire set up by Rush and Daps. There's 30 seconds left on the clock, but both of these players are in positions where Azur is going to have to swing very wide to see him. There's the jump over. He gets one. Not ready for that. That's what that crossfire is designed. But still, again, a round where OpTic, they can't keep these players alive. Renegades does so much damage.
It was an eco round, though, and OpTic lost a lot of money in that round.
Yeah, very worth it for Renegades. I mean, the gap keeps closing, but again, it's in a situation where winning one round here with the money where it is, that makes getting to 16 that much easier.
Yes. It looks like Renegades are bringing out an AWP now. Nice jump by Mixwell. That's a hard move to do.
Nade comes out, though. It's going to land very nicely onto Ustillo and just flashes in the air, delays. He's going to stay alive. A lot of pressure on mid. Azur's an underpass, and Daps is completely blind, but the Molotov holds him back, buys time for Mixwell to get that pick. And he's going to go for more, but Ricky responds on a NAF. Mixwell still doing damage from ladder room. It's a 4-on-3 now.
Missed flashbangs caused Mixwell to get 2 kills, so you need to practice that in the server, Renegades. You miss an easy flash that you're supposed to toss in that area.
Well, Azur's going to smoke off connector. Unfortunately for him, it looks like he wanted to try and find a pick on a Mixwell, but that's been adjusted. And Azur and Daps doing a little bit of a dance inside this smoke. Azur's looking around the edge. Daps is right next to him, and if he falls back through it, it's all timing here.
Wow. How many times have you seen this so far?
This is actually the second time in like the last 5 days I've seen this. And Azur is going to be so happy. Daps is going to be so confused. It's only Rush here, who's still lurking over at the A bomb site. He's in the closet, and this is very, very dangerous now. Rush needs to get flushed out, but I don't think they're going to be able to do it. I think actually Ricky spots him right at the end. Good find, good patience, and control of the A bomb site. But Ricky has the bomb, and he's got to stay perched up. There's 25 seconds left. He hasn't left yet. Terra going to try and come through the murder hole. That flashbang is perfect onto Azur. Critical battle here, and Azur wins it. It's a 1-on-3 for Mixwell. Jumping on the box, he spots one. He can't land the kill. They now know exactly where he is. And they're not going to give him an opportunity to clutch this round out. He may want to try and save this AWP. We talked about their money before. It's critical he have this gun, but he's going to have to fight his way out. Azur is going to be flanking him out. And with his knife in hand, is he expecting this? He's not whatsoever. Here comes the peek, but Azur can't get it. The timing's not with him, but he's still going to press forward.
Azur making big kills this round, getting his 3rd kill round. How many times have we seen this guy? Whenever they win rounds, he's getting multiple kills every single time.
He's at 34 and 20. This is an incredible performance from Azur. You know, and we see these games out of him once in a while that are just incredible. That remind people of the potential that he has as a player. It's consistency that's the name of the game. Even with their other star, with a guy like JKS, who also has this very similar impact as Azur. But here's that scary buy for OpTic. 3 pistols, 2 M4s. The push from Naf is timed well, but he can't complete the kill. Thankfully for Naf, there's no Renegades player in mid. They're not trying to take mid control, so no one's going to punish him here as he bails out.
Yeah, good little push. Almost had the kill Naz here. But now it's still 5-5. 2 people, or 1 person each team is pretty low. And it looks like Renegades were falling, or sending 1 or 2 people back from B halls, and they're just still sitting way back, just waiting for pushes and taking their time. Looks like this is the story on this map, is just sit back and wait for picks. I'd like to see more executes, but, you know, can't ask for much.
I like that Naf gets away from underpass with an M4, and he passes it off to Rush, who's got more HP. So a little bit of team play coming out. Bomb still in mid for Renegades, and it's looking like this is going to end up being a hit towards the A site with some kind of pressure coming up. Connector, Yam is an underpass, Ricky at top mid with the AWP. And this is now 2 rounds in a row where the Opper of Renegades is going to have the bomb, but actually that's dropped over to him by Ustillo, and he didn't pick it up initially, but he does go back and grab it now. Daps pushing up. This is the next big problem. JKS needs to be very careful how this is handed. There's the peek, and he spots it out. 30 seconds left on the clock, though. This is being run down so low.
It looks like Renegades are going to go towards Catwalk. There's only 20 seconds left. Where's this bomb going? He's hopping in window.
This feels very much like what you talked about, where you're just playing to not lose. And with barely any time left, they get the pick they needed. That's Mixwell getting aggressive towards Catwalk. That didn't need to happen. He could have just stayed turtled in the B bomb site to prevent this plant. Now Renegades with a good shot into this round. They've brought it back in their favor. And Yam hears 2 players coming from underpass. He's going to communicate that to his team. 2 players in market as well. And Ricky watching for this. It's all about this timing. He has the angle.
Oh,
He misses the shot. That's way too narrow for an Opper to take. Thankfully, he's got one coming out of market. Ricky's got to bail out, but he jumps into the flames. His teammates have handled all the other pressure. It's a 2-on-2. They could play the clock as well. Yam with low HP gets found out. Into a 1-on-1. There's no kid on Tarek as well. He just has to immediately take this fight, and it's looking like it's going to be all over for OpTic, and it is. Ricky shuts it down. 16-12 is the ending score. Renegades and OpTic split their set.
Yeah, that was a close match, and I think OpTic misplayed that last round. There's little time left, and they were pushing spots, like holding bomb sites.
That one push from Mixwell really opens things up as the clock dwindles down. That was really tough. Unfortunate as well. Great comeback from OpTic. Great comeback from Renegades in the first map. Both these teams having issues closing it out, but a couple. I mean, we'll give it over to Tom and Ryu. They can have a little bit of a chat about a couple close matches, guys. How'd you like the nail biters?
Yeah, that was pretty intense. I got to say, though, AZR, Azur, whatever we want to call him here, he was going off, man. That was just an absolutely insane game from him. And Renegades ends up taking their first win of Season 4. Meanwhile, OpTic Gaming falling back to 500. So I want to pull up the stats for Azur, and I think it was 34 in 21. So positive 13. What a beast.
Yeah, it was a monstrous performance from him. Super impactful. I thought Renegades, they actually played a really good CT side. It felt like they did a good job of changing the pace. Sometimes they were aggressive, and then when they were aggressive, it worked. They were able to get picks, pushing underpass, pushing top middle.
Right.
The way OpTic tends to play T side is they work fairly slow at the start. They grab mid control, and they want to get Rush or Mixwell on catwalk or into connector. Seemed like Renegades was prepared for it, and they shut it down pretty well. NAF had some impactful rounds on the T side for OpTic, but there was just very little that they got going there. And then the complete opposite side of that, I felt like as good as the Renegades CT side was, their T side was actually pretty bad. It was very much like, let's walk around, try to get picks. There was not anything like really well coordinated or execute heavy. If AZR doesn't have that kind of performance, they probably don't win that map. But when you have 11 rounds as kind of the buffer to lead into the second half, you've got a lot of room for mistakes. They made a bunch of them, but they were able to, at the very end, even Ricky finds, I think it was Mixwell pushing up catwalk.
Right.
He doesn't find that kill. There's like 12 seconds on the clock. They lose that round, and we might be in overtime now. So a little bit shaky T-side, and it seemed to be a theme for Renegades. Maybe that's early in the season. Maybe that's what we can take away as the identity of that team. Really good defense, not very good offense, and one of those things that they can kind of come back, build the playbook a little bit, and improve upon. But that's kind of the takeaways, I think, from tonight.
Seemed like they just don't mix up the pacing. They waited towards the the very end to make their pushes, or they would just charge right out of the gates and just beeline it and just line up for OpTic. So definitely gonna have to go to the drawing board on that. But speaking of Mixwell and Rush, the only two players for OpTic Gaming to go positive. You can see Mixwell 24 and 20. Just kind of an underwhelming performance from the rest of the squad, though.
Yeah, Tarek got off to an extreme. I think he was like 0-8 or 0-9, so a very slow start for him. And you could tell, like, I think it was literally the rounds that he started getting kills were the rounds they were winning. And he needs to find that form earlier in those kind of matches. He played a much better second half. But I think part of that was just due to the sloppiness of the overall T side from Renegades. And yeah, it's a little bit of a disappointing performance. I think if you're OpTic, you know that your T side on that map has historically been way better than just 4 rounds.
Right.
But I take my hat off to Renegades. I think they really did have a good CT side. It's just their T side was a little bit of a question mark. It felt puggy. If it was like you mentioned, like the one round that they did change the pace, they just ran up the ramp and there was not a lot of trading. It was pretty sloppy. Definitely something they're going to need to improve upon for the next couple maps. But to take one map away from OpTic is it's not a bad night overall.
No, for sure, especially in your debut. But let's take a look at overall the matches and how everything panned out today. It was one hell of a day. That was C9 taking on CLG, 16-11, getting the victory on Mirage, 16-10 on Train. And the match we just saw, that was 16-13 in favor of OpTic Gaming, and then 12-16 in the favor of Renegades. And Renegades, we were talking about in Cash, how if they make their run towards the end, how that momentum is going to carry over to Mirage, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, I think they also were fortunate to start off CT side. I think that was a huge part of the success that they had. And if they had started T side, they might have been down 0-8 instead of starting, I think, 8-0 or something along those lines. So yeah, it's the other big story, obviously, Cloud9. Stewie continued to play well for those guys. It's a 10-0 start. They're getting to the halfway point as early as it is. They've played a lot of matches already, and they've looked incredibly impressive so far this season. Haven't seen SK. I think they might be the only team left that we haven't seen compete come into this night.
Yep.
But yeah, there's a lot of good things on the Cloud9 side. For CLG, takeaways are the 3 guys that you kind of know what to expect, delivered what you thought you were, what you actually were expecting. The 2 new guys, maybe not quite there yet, but that's going to take time. I think we'll see that as a storyline for a lot of the teams, including the Selfless team, with the young players kind of starting to get that level of experience at the pro level. And then yeah, for OpTic, still a little bit of sloppiness there. Hoping Tarek kind of comes into form and does a good job of replacing Stanislaw in the long term. There's, like we mentioned before, sometimes 1 step back before you take the next 2 steps forward. I think that's kind of where they are. And for Renegades, they really need to put the work in on the T side. CT side looked great. T side was pretty bad.
All right, well, that's a wrap for us. That's week number 2 coming to a conclusion. And don't forget, Monday is when we kick things off again. That's going to be at 5 p.m. Pacific time. The pregame show starts at 4:45. On behalf of everyone at ESL, thank you so much for watching at home, and thanks to all of our sponsors. And don't forget, we'll see you Monday.